Hi, welcome to my channel. In this channel, I'm telling you that all the science is wrong. Einstein, this is Einstein stuff, black holes. So, but in this video, I cut from a video and comment. But look, saying that Einstein himself did not believe in black holes. Maybe he knew something. Although the Einstein equations are false, both of them. But look, when this guy is saying that. Uh, Einstein equations are false. From Brian Greene, I cut so I comment. So look.
So Andy Strominger is the Will E. York Professor of Physics at Harvard University, where he serves as the director of the Simons Collaboration on Celestial Holography, an idea that I think that we'll get to at least by the end of the conversation. And he is the associate director for theory at the Black Hole Initiative. Among his many awards is the 2017 Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics. And Andy is joining us from his office at Harvard in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So welcome, Andy. Thank you for joining us today.
Wrong statements made by the great man Einstein himself, including a paper in 1938, decades later, saying that black holes don't exist.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one more video on Brian Greene. Maybe I will come back on him. I promise to comment on 1 year worth of video from World Science Festival, the YouTube channel, because it's science related. Okay, science is wrong, I'm telling you. So Einstein equations. You saw that. Guy, what I'm cutting from Brian Greene, many people interviews. I want to show to you that many people say the same things. They take one from another, and this is the cause of. So first formula, Einstein formula, contain. You see, E equal mc square. Many people like to say, and they do not know that the first of papers was of propagation waves wireless. So nothing wireless. So Maxwell made them, and you'll see if you read it, not take one from. So not general relativity, because one is about gravity and one about propagation waves. If you want to understand, the first of the papers was asking Einstein how it propagates light through air. Through here like this, okay? So A equal mc square, you see, but he was somehow wrong in his head. And some of them like to say you have another equation, E equal mc square. It is in the paper, it's written there in the paper. So we took some omega angles like this, has some omega in the first paper, how the light propagates from your light bulb, from something through the air, you see. But you cannot make the equation, has some omega angles like this, and in the end here reads E equals mc squared like this, c squared. Okay, so and all of you believe that this is a mass, okay, and you multiply by c squared, and some of them like to say this other equation. This is the equation, it's false, okay. You take the mass and you multiply by c squared, and you pull out the energy from it. But I always telling you, you see why it's false, this equation. You take this mass, like in this case, and you put it on a scale 100 grams, okay, and you multiply by c square, you find out the energy. But you see the energy, it is movement. In this case the light is movement energy. So it's related to things, wrong things, like in Leibnizian manner, but this is a static thing. From you must have some interaction between two bodies that have energy and masses, and so it is wrong many types. If you understand, like Leibniz equation is this, and he made it like a Leibniz equation, one and a half mass time velocity square. Velocity, like in this is square, you see, like Einstein being like a German, not like a Newton with force, because the energy, kinetic energy, And like this, and this is the this proves to you. I'm telling you always that the physics was wrong at the beginning, because Newton force equal mass times acceleration. It is the same. Force is kinetic energy, and Einstein worked with energy, but not electric energy. This is kinetic energy, and kinetic energy is energy of impact. Like this. This is kinetic energy. And in the case of Leibniz, it is 1.5 mass velocity kinetic energy, but you always treat two bodies like this, you see? And it is a movement energy, not being a kinetic energy like you understand electric energy. That's a Maxwell equation, other kind of equations, okay? So in the beginning you did wrong things. You do not understand. You treat Einstein more. You see kinetic energy, you charge energy in this body when you hit them. And it is 1.5 mass times velocity squared. You see, but it's a potential like you charge it. You on velocity. You see, it is consumed. You see, it is consumed by the acceleration of the Earth. And you do not understand this stuff, and it is on a pendulum. You hit him, it's consumed. So in this manner you must put it in some cases. So now you have two bodies with Einstein formula, E equal mc squared, like this. You must have two bodies, like in the Leibnizian manner, okay? So what you understand wrong, that it is an electric energy, but in the case of electric energy, I'm telling you why Einstein is false. You see, you take this mass and multiply it by c squared, but you see 100 grams, when you see multiply by c squared, you understand it is not electric energy here. Multiply by mass. I put it in here, you see, I put it in here. And I vary the frequency. The same mass, different frequencies, you see? So what is an Einstein equation? This does not have like this. On a propagation of waves, in like a propagation of equal mc squared, if you treat it like a propagation of waves, you see, you must have again two bodies, and you are wrong. Like and a propagation of waves through like this, you see, you cannot do the equations of light. And Einstein did not knew that electricity, it is light, pure light, you see. So why do you cannot make? I've told you on short, you cannot make the equation for light, because light gives you all the music. With light you write music here. So you have 250 gigabytes. You understand this, all the good movies, and it is all the good music that exists at this hour, like excluding even Bach has 8 gigabytes of I have it all of. This thing has 250 gigabytes. You will understand all the music on the current day, good music. You can put it here, and it is remain to you like a big place, half of it maybe empty. This is how good music is at this current day. But like a joke, okay? But now understand this. Why you cannot make the equation of propagation of waves in because waves are exactly like in music, like this. So you see some variation of light, you see, of light. It gives you like a music. It is like music, like this, okay? Like, and you cannot put all the chords on the music. You cannot put them, okay? So now what you are doing, if you know the speed of light, what kind of equations? This manner Maxwell was wrong, okay? So in this manner you understand mass times c squared is wrong, because you see I vary it. You see I vary it, you see? So it is not okay. So what wrong, and the propagation through here you cannot make them, because I can, and I'm telling you that you can write music here with light. You can write with light here, like you write movies. You see, you write movies including the voices of the actors, and you know the signal of looks like this of and it is light, and you cannot make it if you see it is like some flowers, like, and that's described by light, and you put it here, so you cannot make that equation. So now you are understanding, so that the waves of light, of sunlight, let's say, propagates 1000 kilometers per second. Now you are tricking people that you know how it propagates 1000 kilometers. It's some tricks, like logical. The serpent that bites his tail, if you understand, is not going anywhere. Einstein, I'm telling you, even Newton is wrong. Even from the beginning, you have two equations. Was naming force, one kinetic energy, two equations, and you must have the charge. You must have many things. The charge, you must treat in inelastic objects, and you understand that nothing came from it. They bomb with and some breaking points of material surrounding with some force. Nothing. So you understand now the first equation, propagation of waves are false. These waves even do not propagate. I've told you, does not have any speed. If you understand from the quantum mechanics. Does not have any speed. You see a single object and enters through two eyes, and you understand if a guy is here and a guy is here and sees 4 eyes, 5 eyes, the same objects. This means that the propagation, you cannot make it with light. So the light even does not propagate. You don't understand this in a like laser tip manner. It is make a resonance at the distance. You see, so you cannot see a forest, many leaves and many trees. You cannot see them if it is not going to be. You put a radio antenna. You emit radio waves from here. Okay, and you emit it on a range, like a volume, like a boom, like the volume of light, like you hit. You see, this is the volume of light, and you radiate an area with antenna. So the car goes in this direction 200 kilometers per hour, one car in this direction 100 kilometers per hour, and all the direction and many velocities, speed, and the radio antenna is here. You understand that they commute on the radio antenna, and they catch the same signal. Like you film the same object, the same signal, the same voice is duplicating, copied, somehow on the volume is resonating, and all the cars catch the signal that you can understand. You put here like this small, so it's like some resonance at this distance, exactly like you understanding without velocity, without speed. It's like because it's a field and resonates at this distance. There's this is similar with this at the distance, and the field makes you resonate, vibrate. That's why you can see Orion on the 1,000 people. So it is not due to velocity. Even the c squared is not due to velocity. And the second equation of Einstein gravity has containing c squared. The same arguments are okay. So watch another part, and I will explain to you more.
Pleasure to be here, Brian.
So I wanted to jump right in, if we could, onto some of the issues of black hole physics. And again, many people who watch these programs are familiar with some of these ideas. I thought it would be nice if we start with some of the history and then sort of walk through to the cutting edge ideas that you and many of your colleagues are developing. So where does the black hole story begin? Would you start with Carl Schwarzschild, or further back? Where would you jump in with it?
Well, we could go further back, but I would start there. And it's an incredible, fascinating history in itself, and one that we're still at midway, the beginning of. We're not to the end of this story. And it starts more than 100 years ago, when Einstein wrote down his field equations, which it is said he thought no one would ever find an exact solution of. And Schwarzschild proved him wrong only a few months later.
Yeah.
And he wrote down the Schwarzschild solution, which we now know describes the black hole.
So now the second equation of Einstein equation. The game, some people likes to say that no, is not like. You see, I know them, but if I know them, I know you put G, it's a G force, like, and you understand the gravity means to rotate. So I told you have like in English gravity. It means rotate. A rotational force. A force equals mass times acceleration. You put in a rotational form, okay? And you cannot obtain a stable orbit. Newton tried, but you take that poem and you not read the book. He says, let's try to see if we make a rotational force like this, but you see, I keep it stable. I keep it stable like this. That this border not to fly away. But when you treat empty space like this, two bodies rotate like this, okay? To rotate like this, you see what maintain them. In Newton try to make like this. He said it must be the force, and some of them says it's not a force, it's not an empty space. It makes it is a force, but a force must have a mass. A force must have a mass. So between this body there's a mass. You cannot escape this because you see you only try to understand how you make a perpetual mobile. You understand Newton is false. You cannot understand Newton is false because you are believing somehow this impact force mass times acceleration, and it is a function between two qualities, and you do not understand this. The numbers are not qualities. The numbers are a conceptual object, okay? So, but then the mass is a quality, and the F it is and force is a quality, and you make function between four qualities: space, time, force, and mass. And you do not understand. You cannot obtain a coherent logic, because in mathematics you must have some logic. You do not understand. You cannot make the equation in numbers, okay? You do not understand that this stuff, okay? But now he wondered this, okay? We know the speed, and you understand that Kepler made the speed. So you observe on the night sky Mars planet. All the stars are fixed stars, and they make like this, in concentrical center, like a North Pole star. Okay, that's the middle. Okay, so now there's some planets. Means it's a star, wandering star, made like this. Okay, like this. If you know, like this. They do not make concentrical circles, and this was going to be explained, and it was hard for them how to explain them. Okay, some Ptolemy 160 after Christ, he said that our galaxy is spherical, and if you don't understand it, this was spherical until Copernicus, and Copernicus itself, and Kepler itself. So now it must explain how you can obtain this stuff of the planets. So now you make epicycles, if you know epicycles. So now Copernicus says only that I put star in the middle here. So some apparent stuff is the Earth is here. You see them like this, okay? It's a wandering star, planet, or a wandering star. But now you do not understand that the Kepler calculated angles. They had lunettes and they put it in angles like this, exactly like this. You make grays like this, and you measure 1 degree north star like this and like this. You must be stupid to understand it. So he calculated the speed. What's the speed of the Mars planet on the apparent sky, knowing that above the head of his and you can see Kepler with a sphere that was the universe that we are saying. It's our guess. It's not the universe. You can see it with a sphere with the stars constellation on it. You can see it in pictures. And now you do not. Okay. And now what you must understand, the equations of Einstein equation. So Newton tried to make this, okay? How you can maintain stable, you see, is a perpetuum mobile. If you admit that Copernicus is right, you have a body here and a body here, have masses on like this, you weigh, you put in a scale, it has have a mass, and you must obtain a perpetuum mobile, like this here, 360 days, 360 perpetuum mobile, not to the movement be consumed, not you see, you emit from the mass something and is not going to be consumed, is not going to absorb, is how it is. And you are believing somehow that Newton did it, he did not. If you believe it or not, a centripetal and centrifugal force, you put it here and here, okay, and you maintain this age of this object stable, you see, on orbit around my figure, like stable, you see, with a constant speed. But you must add a force, constant force, to maintain a constant speed, you see, you must, and you maintain it with some. So now if you watch Newton equation, exactly like this case, you see on area, you have here your force like this on area, a force, it comports in linear manner like this, okay, and you have only geometry, and you know that is a force per space like this, a force mass per space like this, okay. So watch another part from this guy, black holes. I'm telling you, black holes do not exist, but you understand that I'm not crazy, okay. So watch another part from this guy.
Just understanding what a classical black hole was took 50 years. And there was a great renaissance in the study of general relativity, which took place in Oxford and Princeton in the 50s and 60s, early 70s. People like Penrose, Bondi, John Wheeler, Stephen Hawking, Brandon Carter, great scientists, I could go on. And they finally understood what a classical black hole is. Of course, Oppenheimer and Snyder. Yeah.
So before you get to that part of the story, which is vital, so just hold that train of thought. I want to go right there. But people may be surprised to hear that Einstein got so much wrong about solutions to Einstein's equations, right? He didn't write down the solution, Schwarzschild did, but where did Einstein go wrong?
Okay, if you watch that, and now you must understand that a black hole, to sustain, to maintain, must emanate from with a force and a mass. You cannot have a force and a mass. If you have an area here like this, a force is a mass also. Here is a force, then is a mass like this. See? So now if you understand the acceleration is mass, space over time, and Galileo said it's not depending on mass. These two big one and a small one fall with the same acceleration toward the Earth. You see, and you do not understand that the acceleration or the velocity of the planets are calculated with angles like this. You see Mars moving like this, and you infer what is the speed. You have a cupola above your head, and it goes from here to here, and you understand what is the speed. If you treat it like in a circular movement around the sun, you understand what is the speed. You make some geometry and calculate the speed of Mars planet. But now you understand that you believe that somehow Newton did this through force and mass. Did not. You can suppose then that it has a movement, circular movement or velocity. But you understand this because I throw this same object, the same mass, in some, I put a wire and I make fast or smooth the same body, you see. So now you understand it must be the same orbit at the same distance, but I speed it fast, and it must go like a force inside the object. It's not related to mass, how you understand. So it's only space over time. You see the same body having those two different kinds of gravities. If I take the Earth and I spin it first, you imagine that it will increase, the gravity will increase, the same mass. So now you invented this stuff not understanding, exactly like this apple that froze in your hand. a big massive black hole, but you have a small mass, you rotate it fast, you obtain a bigger gravity, you understand? If you pull the speed down on Earth, or your car, if you are this stupid, all of you have cars, if you go to put a brake like this, you will go in the chair more if you have a much speed, you understand. So he tried to make this on how you can maintain this constant speed, but it's not beautiful. You can see only twice exactly like in 160 the same stuff as Ptolemy 160 after Christ, in the same manner, in geometrical manner. He tried to understand. So but now if you understand a black hole must be like this. You see, you say now the Einstein bend is space. So now you watch the equation of Einstein, okay? Watch the equation of Einstein, and you not see there another ones. This is the equation, my friends, and you are wrong, okay? So watch the Einstein equation to both forms. G like it's a force, because I say it's a force, okay? And related to C a 4 power. Like here is you will see in the equation like C a 4 power C, over A P over C of 4 power. So watch. So if you watch that, let me tell you now how this see, I've told you that light does not have a speed. If you do not understand, okay. So let me explain to you how, if you understood exactly like the same manner. You see, like the same mass. Okay, you speed it fast. You put another kind of energy. The same mass. Okay. You see, not a kind of speeds. Okay, but let me show you. I made this already, but let me show to you more exactly way that the light does not have a speed. Let me show you. Okay, so now if you watch that formulas, you see, you do not believe the light does not have a speed. 300,000 kilometers per second. I know it, okay? But what is the speed in this stick? You do not understand that you have movies here. You do not put, let's say, all 4 gigabytes CD, okay? But here you have 250 gigabytes. So I've told you 15 days of non-stop movies. So, but the movie, you watch it in your eyes, okay? So now you believe that you put energy here, the electron, you put pictures, and the picture is made with light. You see, you to your eyes, if you're not this crazy and this far gone, okay, to not understand it, you see with your eye light. So you see movies that put here, so you put here light, you inscribe light here. So what's the speed of light here? You really believe that the actors make like this with the speed of light here? This one argument. And another one is like this, it is or it is not light in this match. Look, light. So what is the speed of light before I release it? It does not have any speed. So you see in the Einstein equation, show to you one more time to see, watch them. You watch that, that's the equation. There's not other ones, that's the equation. It says a C a 4th power, a C a 4th power, and I'm telling you how I prove Einstein wrong. I burn the equation, they show to you that there is light inside the mass, and does not have any speed. Does not have any speed. That does not have any speed. So now it is a force of gravitational force, and can I treat it or not? There's two bodies have mass or not? There's two mass, so must be the Einstein equation is correct or not. So this I put to these bodies and you put the Einstein equation. You scale them, you make them what you want, because gravity is not attraction. That's why Newton tried to understand, okay? It is a velocity, you already put them in some velocity, okay? So, but you do not understand that the motors, the planet are motors. So that's why you do not want. And the absorbed light from the background micro radiation. That's the cause of gravity, my friends. It is light, okay? So it is emitted by the ball of our gas, the sphere. But it must be or not must be that there's a G-force and G-force on these masses. And to go like this, you see? And do you have or do you not have the CO4 power? But and now I show to you the CO4 power like this, you see? I burn one, you see? And where is? Wait, look. It is or it is not like it. You see, it's more like a dramatic manner, but it is correct. It was speed inside this. Do you believe in this paper? Light goes like with 300,000 kilometers per second, and you do not have another equations, my friends. A CO4 power. It is here. I burn it. I set it on fire. Look. CO4 power, see it burns, CO4 power with light. And you cannot deny this, my friends, only if it's crazy, okay? Do you believe that it is light in this paper that goes like this with 3,000? Do you believe that actors dance with the speed of light here, like in movies? There's static light. The light, it is energy. Einstein did not knew this. Thomson light, the electron, you stuck with this. The electron, it is light. I have shown to you that the combination is changing its color, I think. So it proves to you that the connection on liquids, on chemistry, it is made light. So you deny there's light in this paper. There's light in this paper. So in this manner I prove to you that both equations of Einstein are false, okay? So now you must watch another part from this guy about black holes, and I am telling you black holes, okay? So watch.
Well, general relativity is a very subtle theory. And Einstein, I teach general relativity here, and Einstein would not pass all our graduate students understand general relativity. It's not that he wasn't a smart fellow. It was just that, it takes a whole world, decades to vet an idea that deep and to understand what it really means. And he really did not understand what the basic principle, of course, he understood many things in his own way, but the basic principle of coordinate invariance, you cannot read those papers and think that he understood it.
So would you say that part of the subtlety is you have these equations, but trying to really interpret what combination of the symbols really reflects something in the external world, and which combination of the symbols is just the vagaries of how you happen to express the mathematical system, and drawing the distinction is not easy.
Absolutely. It's the physical interpretation of the equations that he got wrong. And let's also remember that the number of people working on general relativity, the first half of the 20th century, was about quantum mechanics.
Okay, and if you watch that, now by black holes, you put all of this together and you understand, like a black hole must emit mass. A black hole must emit mass. So now you invented that this galaxy has a big black massive black. I told you that now it's not dependent on mass. The same mass, I spin it fast. The Earth, I spin it fast, and I speed it up. Like I go like a Superman and push the Earth faster around the sun. If you or the moon around the Earth, if you understand, or I spin it fast. It's the same mass. You do not understand, but you do not understand that conform to Newton must be a force per area, and this force must contain a mass. You do not understand. You do not understand this. There's a force, mass acceleration, G force. Okay, we have two bodies between them. Okay, like I told you. So must contain a mass and a force here. So your wonderful black hole radiates what? What radiates? radius, force and mass. So now how cannot escape anything? This must be a relation force of mass, because you must suppose that in the middle of the galaxy there is a black hole to sustain these draconical distances that we invented, like 100,000 light years our galaxy span. Do you really believe that they were stupid, all of them, all of us, okay? To look, we can go here, we can go to the star, we can go in currently Jupiter planet, the known 4 satellites by the time of Galileo Galileo. Okay, so this is the spiral galaxy. You see that our galaxy, our galaxy is a sphere, and from the middle here you must have a black hole to sustain this. And I'm telling you, you have a star here 1,000 years, 2,000 years, 300, and you understand, and 100,000 years, 10,000 years, 5,000. You do not understand what I'm telling you. So it must be eliminated from the center of the mass and force, G-force, mass and force. And now mass and force must propagate, you said, at a speed of connection 300,000 kilometers per second. And now we understand that if you take the speed of 300,000 kilometers per second, 100,000 years, it must be a relation fucked up temporal, fucked up, if you understand. Like from here, from the middle, you see like it's backwards in time. I emit from here. This is the black hole from the middle, and this is the star, 50,000 light years. So now push from here goes mass with force on space, and after 50,000 years receives this object to grab it, to maintain it on orbit around this. Okay, and now this fucked up relation, space-time relation, goes more crazy, because you have a star 50,000 light years and 25,000 light years and 10,000 light years, a star here, a star here, a star here. So now how you go mass and force here, and then and you invented this curve of space, and I'm telling you that in Newton and all of them are false, if you do not believe me. This is a simple cloud, like this, a cloud, and 99% of them are oriented towards like this. You only can obtain this if you have on the walls like this, and you are in the center. Believe it or not, this is the truth. See, believe it or not, you're still going to burn, okay? This is from a movie. Believe it or not, like a Matrix, believe it or not, you are still going to burn. You cannot obtain this only on the walls, and you are in middle, to be exactly like this, like antenna dishes, you see. So what are these? Are clouds? Our galaxy is a sphere, I've told you, from Kepler time, and it is surrounded by clouds, this kind of clouds. I'm showing to you Hubble Space Telescope. Where do you not see clouds? I am showing to you the first page on Hubble Space official page, where there's not clouds. Look. This is the first page from Hubble, esahubble.org, the official channel. Where's clouds? There's clouds, you see, all over the place, clouds. And all the galaxies are pointing toward us like antenna dishes. You see? There's clouds. The first page of Hubble Space Telescope. There's clouds, and all the galaxies are pointed towards us. You see? Like antenna dishes. You see? The first page. All of them. You see? Towards us. And there's clouds everywhere. These galaxies are clouds themselves, clouds full of pieces, illuminating pieces. Look, so you see, clouds with illuminated pieces. They are not gravitational systems. This is not a black hole. There's light, and this is all of it a star. Not in only here in center or this small piece. This cloud is a cloud, a star cloud, like a flower of light. So I showed you that, okay? So this is our clouds, okay? This black stuff is cloud but not emitted light. like in night sky, when you cannot see clouds in the night sky. There's no light, you cannot see matter. An entire ocean is black, dark. You see fog clearly, and that you see the stars are put in clouds. These clouds produce light. These clouds, and the stars extracted it. These clouds are the cause of the microbaga radiation. These are not going anywhere. There could be some movements. There could move like this. There could be movements like this, not rotational. There could be static and some clouds that move here, like exactly electromagnetic manner, like in light manner field, okay? And we can go here, I'm telling you how close they are. You cannot see yourself. Wave Space Telescope is a mirror. You cannot see yourself in a mirror, if you understand. All your minds are gone wonka. You see, you put your mirror in front of a wall and you go a kilometer far. You cannot see yourself. Why? Because the light makes like this, like a cone, like this, and goes fast in zero. And you see big from close, and it goes fast in zero. You cannot see it. So the Wave Space Telescope is a mirror, and the same with a lentille, like a mirror glass concave shape like this to concentrate light, like in a conical manner. So a lunet, and you put a mirror like a Newton did to concentrate light. So you put glasses like exactly like you have glasses like 4 eyes, okay. You have glasses like this, concave manner, a small glass like this, 2 of them to concentrate light, and to gather it, you put a mirror like this. You cannot film with this trillion, billion, quadrillions of light. You cannot, you are crazy. You cannot see with a unit like in America. You do not realize this. You cannot see only good from orbit. You see other people with it for lunch in their backyards, okay? You cannot see that clear, okay? So these are close, you understand? We can go here, our galaxy is a sphere surrounded by clouds. Einstein's false physics, Maxwell is false physics, Newton is false physics, and all the physics is I'm telling you in a video that thermodynamics is false physics. Okay, so this is from Brian Greene. I have one more video, and I go to other people. This is the video for today. I'm telling you science is wrong, you're not believing, and I'm telling you that we can go to the stars. They are stars like this small, they're not making fusion, they are not like a sun, and you can unplug one and put it in a pocket and bring it home. You have maybe that's meteorite stuff. They are exactly stars that are falling from that firmament of light that exists like that, and not going from on Earth in like an intentional manner. They are circulating, they are pushed with the light, and okay, that comets and meteorites, that stars, falling stars, really falling stars. Okay, there is Okay, the star could be, because you do not understand, could be a ball of metal like this, an electroshock and produce light, and be gathering and self-generate, gather iron again from the surrounding. Could be iron like a pulver, like a dust-like matter, iron, and could be like this, a star like this, a big ball, like you say a meteorite of iron, okay, and there's an electric shock field and produces light, like in a tungsten. Like in a light bulb. You imagine that is a big ball of metal like this, and you electroshock it in a light bulb and produces light. When you surround it with a glass manner and extract void, not to be burning, and with oxygen make flames, and the wire of a tungsten is very small, and it burns, it catch fire. You surround it in a glass light bulb and extract the oxygen from it. So now, but here is not going to be oxygen. Imagine a tungsten piece like this, metal tungsten piece like this, and in a field, in electric light field like this, and there's no oxygen to be where imagine that it's going to be radiating light always. So now this tungsten piece of metal piece is going to be from some reason pull out from us. It's static, it is static, and I'm telling you, it's going to be pulled out from here, and you see there is a light field that makes like this, roll out our galaxy like this, it spins the sun, it spins the planet, spins all the enters in the planet. Planets do not produce them by mass, okay? This is the microbackground radiation. And okay, if you imagine it's going to be some movement, it's going to be disconnected, and this light field going to push it. Some of them come towards the Earth, you see, and it is a real falling star. And you can find on Earth iron, pure iron, like you say that's from Mars. Okay, goodbye, God bless. The science is wrong, Newton is wrong, Einstein is wrong. We can go to the stars, man. We can go here. You believe me or not, we can go here. How the Matrix says, believe it or not, you are still going to burn. The stars are putting clouds. They are small stars. There could be big stars. This is a big star, if you understand, but it is a big star, maybe like an island. We can go with ships like here, and now's the time to colonize the planet. Jupiter planet has a few thousand of satellites. You do not understand. They are believable, like exactly like islands. There are a few thousand satellites on Jupiter planet, Uranus planet, okay, all of them have satellites, and an asteroid belt between Jupiter and Mars. You can put your base there. You can make like they are bigger, kilometers bigger. Okay, not big, but enough big to put they are islands smaller than this. Okay, on Earth, and the people live there. So International Space Station has only 150 meters in span, like 100 meters in span. Whereas kilometers big asteroids, you can make them, and they were 24 or 30 people even on the International Space Station at once, like 20 people. So 1 kilometer big rock like this and there are millions between Mars and Jupiter, and there are thousands of satellites, and there could be even here planets. But if you understand, the planet is round, no, not because the gravity makes them, because it's constructed to be round, and you can find there like this, rocks like this, a big kilometer big, 10 big kilometers, but not spherical. Here, like it is somehow a star, if you understand. They're searching for exoplanets. It is wonderful, if you understand. Our galaxy is big on not 100,000 light years, how we are lying, but it is big, and it's our destiny to colonize it. We cannot see the universe. To see the universe, you must go beyond these galaxies that we are seeing at this hour. This galaxy has stopped. You can maintain the term if you want, but the sum of this galaxy is not our galaxy. Our galaxy is the universe, how we are saying. And to see the real universe, you must go through this fog, through this galaxy, beyond them, and through this black stuff. Maybe 40 days with the speed of light. There is a speed on a rectilinear trajectory like this of resonances per volume of a laser of a communication towards Mars on 4 hours on delay, or 1 second toward the moon, or things like this. But the light does not have a speed. Only if you make it and you radiate it on a volume like this, and some delay. Okay, goodbye, God bless, but does not have any. I believe there is not a fixed speed of 300,000 km per second. Can vary, can have 100,000 in the same manner. It depends how much frequency you put in it, like this. So another reason why you understand Einstein is wrong has a constant C, 300,000 kilometers. Second power and fourth power, and you understand, even though it's going to be big and fast, the speed of light in a rectilinear trajectory like this, it could vary, like 100,000, 10,000, and even like sound speed like it is light, and even lower than this, the light. Okay. Goodbye, God bless. The matter is made or light. You hit two rocks and you see light. You mix in okay. You may see the change of colors. That's a reaction. That's dealing with light. Okay. Goodbye. Like, share, and subscribe. The science is wrong. I'm telling you the good news. We can go here. It's our destiny, like somehow, to colonize, to fill up this spherical galaxy. Goodbye. God bless. Like, share, and subscribe.